Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Get a Clue Casual Gamer. And we're continuing our look at different sorts of dice games, simple dice games. And today we're going to be looking and getting a clue, C-L-U-E, about Rory's story cubes. Now, I'm showcasing Rory's story cubes, but they're not the only story cubes out there, and so I will show you a few others as well. So let's get a clue. C for components, L for length, U for uniqueness, and E for ease. C, components. What are you going to find when you open that box? Well, actually, Rory's story cubes come in a package a little different than this, where the cubes are visible, but then inside the packaging that I got, it has these little square holders, and they hold 9 cubes, 6 sides each. The concept is that each dice, if I can get one out, has a different picture on each side, and what is that? Oh, it's a ray gun. Okay, so each one has a different picture. I will tell you also that Rory's story cubes come in so many different varieties. It first came out in 2010, no, it's older than that, 2005. And I actually purchased the original set. This is the Voyages set. There's an original set, and then a Voyages set, and an Actions set. Inside the package, you would also get a little sheet like this, which is the rules or suggestions of how to use it, and some of the other story cube packets. And that's all you're going to find. Those are all the components in this. But we go from C to L, length of play. Length of play can be as long as you want it to be. It can be as short as 5 minutes. It can be as long as an hour. It's up to you how you use these. And that's what's unique, which is the next letter. Unique. How unique is this? When they first came out, I had never seen anything like this. And like I said, I have several sets, and the first set I bought was back when it first came out, around the early 2000s. And I'm not sure where they're packed right now. So I actually went and purchased the Voyages one, because I don't think I have the Voyages one already. I'm pretty sure I have the Actions one. But anyway, they came out, and I bought them because they reminded me of something I had done in college. One of my classes was mythology and art and literature, and one of our classes, the teacher split us up into groups, and then he gave each of the groups a lunch bag, a sandwich, a paper brown sandwich bag, lunch bag, and inside of it were just a bunch of different things. There was a coin. In ours, there was a coin. I remember that, and there was string, and there was, it could be a matchbox, or it could be just about anything. You could even do anything that you could grab around the house, and there were these different items in our bag. And as a group, we were told to create a story using the items that were in the bag, and we did. And when I first saw these, that's what it reminded me of, without having to create bags of stuff. You have the cubes, and with the cubes you just roll them, and whatever comes up, bowl, a backpack, an angry face, and that was with just 3 of them, you would create a story. Use your imagination. And when it comes to working with anybody really, but if you're trying to create, use the brain in a non-linear manner, so many dice games are numerical, or some of them are alphabet, and so you're trying to collect numbers or create words from letter cubes and such, and that's all wonderful. But what about that tends to be one side of your brain. What about the other side, the creative side? This is one of those things that can actually be used for that. So that uniqueness, that reminded me of the class in college, is something that works really well with seniors, getting them to come back to their imagination. Adults, using your imagination. Children who are so imaginative. Oh my goodness, the word left my brain, left my mouth. And so these are unique, but I have to mention, when it comes to uniqueness now, 17 years later, there are a lot of companies that have come up with their own set of story cubes. We have a company that their story cubes come with a little pouch to put them in. And we have a company that has a little can that theirs come in. And a company that has a box with a drawer where theirs are in, and theirs are in color. So there's all sorts of companies that have now taken up this story cube concept. So Rory's doesn't have to be the only place you get them. And these are all available, and that's my next one, E, for ease. How easy is it to learn, teach, play? How easy is it to find? How easy is it on your pocketbook? To find, you can find any and all of these online on that A store, Amazon. You can find the Rory specifically on just about any gaming site. And you can find them at Walmart, you can find them at Target and such. The other no-name, the non-brand Rory ones might not be available everywhere, but you definitely can get them online on Amazon. And they all tend to run about the same price, though you can get some on sale for less than others. Let me bag these back up so they don't go all over the place. And Rory's, their regular set like this retails for $13. You can usually get them for $10. But I also saw on Amazon that you could get the 3 originals, the the green, the blue, orange, and the blue ones, in one whole set for $26. So that's, and I'm telling you, this is 54 different sides. You add the others, and there are, even with just the 54 sides, there are over 10 million combinations that can be made, according to their comments and their websites and their instructions. And so really, it comes with, quote, rules, which is that much, that's it, how to plays, but really it's any way you want. And they even say that it's like, use them how you want to use them. Use them where a table will, you could have each person have 2 or 3 dice and have the table create a story from each other, a continuous story. Or you could have one person do all the dice and come up with a story and then pass it on, and somebody else throws their dice and they come up with a different story. But the imagination used with these is something very unique and very easy to implement. And if somebody has a really hard time kind of pulling up their imagination, it can be one die and just do one dice and tell a story from that one dice, a sentence story. It's so versatile. And so when it comes to ease, it's very easy. You just pull it out and you create what it is you want to use them for. In any combination, you can mix and match the different companies. It doesn't matter. These are just things to get the brain working and some imagination happening. Easy to find. You can find them in a lot of different places. Easy on the pocketbook. Like I said, most of them you can get for $10 and some of them for less per set of 9. And that's about all there is about Rory's story cubes or anybody else's story cubes. This set, you're supposed to start the story with the story is supposed to be about the last Neanderthal. And so some of the pictures in there will show things typical for a caveman type time period. But there are some modern pictures in there, like the Eiffel Tower. It's like, how do you fit that into a story about the last Neanderthal? But that's it. Those are a very different way of using dice as a springboard for storytelling, for using the imagination, for using all of the brain and revitalizing our thoughts and our brain power. And so until next time, happy gaming. Use your imagination and come up with the most creative story you can by using these different sets of story cube dice. Till next time. Bye.